It's now time for SME On Point. For the past 70 years, September has been known as the International Month for Deaf People. It was on this month in 1951 that the very first World Congress of the World Federation of Deaf took place. So it's only fitting that our featured Business of the Week looks at businesses that focus on the deaf community. Jabu Blose is the founder of Virecom, a modern online app that remotely connects deaf people to qualified sign language interpreters in real time. This enables them to communicate more effectively as well as to gain an equal access to information as well as services. Ngobile Shabalala edited the following insert. Virecom founder Jabu Blose lost his hearing when he contracted meningitis at the age of 10. And because of the lack of access to communication for the deaf community, information is hard to come by. Through his interpreter, Tori Somdawe, Blose takes us through his business journey.
As a deaf person, I need to have information. I need to have communication with the police, with the nurse at the hospitals, with the doctors, with the tax people at SARS. So practically I need access to communication everywhere. That's one important human rights for a deaf person. If you take away that right, it means that as a deaf person, I must depend on a third person, either my child or my brother or my sister or a family member, which means your independence, your confidentiality to information falls away.
This is what inspired Blose to design an award-winning remote video interpreting system that provides real-time interpreting services. It uses web-based video technology that ensures effective communication with deaf and hard of hearing individuals who communicate using sign language. The hearing and deaf participants are in the same location, while the interpreter is located remotely in a different location at the Virecom call center.
You log in on the web or on the iPad, and then you automatically access the sign language interpreters in real time. There are two different ways I can explain. So VRI means video remote interpreting, and VRS means video relay services. So VRI, like at SARS or hospitals or police stations, you need a deaf person to be physically present there, and the police or a doctor to be there, to be physically there, and a deaf person to be physically there, and the interpreter can be either in Durban or in Cape Town. So that's VRI. And the next part is VRS, video relay service. That one means that three different people are at three different locations.
Starting and running a business can be challenging for non-deaf people. Blose details the challenges that deaf business people encounter.
When, like for example, when I set up a meeting with IDC or NEF, and I have a meeting with them for potential business or business funding, who must arrange an interpreter, me or them? So meaning I'm the new business person, so I don't have enough capital. So when I go there, then communication doesn't happen. For me, I must bring my own sign language interpreter. I must pay an extra cost. So me as a deaf business person, so I'm not like an ordinary person who will just go into IDC and have a business meeting. I have to arrange, an interpreter. So that's the issue. So there's that thing inside, some doubts. Can a deaf person really do this job? Can they deliver? So meaning when you are disabled or deaf, automatically, people, they feel shame or pity for you. No, we are business people. Don't look at me as a deaf person. Look at me as a business person first.
With these challenges in mind, Blose shares some valuable advice for deaf people who are aspiring entrepreneurs.
Don't be shy to ask for advice from people who know approach them, find out information, always keep up to date about your business, not just know to establish a business, but then tomorrow you know that policy and legislation says something different about this business. What are the regulations about business? So you have to know about that. So it's very important. And also what is important to know what government is doing in terms of funding opportunities.
Jabu Blose, SABC News, Johannesburg. Thank you to Virecom for sharing their story with SME On Point. Please do remember that we are on Facebook as well as Instagram. Our handles are at SME On Point. Please do follow us, tell your friends to follow us and engage with us. Tell us what you like with SME On Point and, of course, where we can improve for your viewing pleasure. The latest data shows that small business owners were confident in the second quarter of this year compared to the same period last year. According to a survey by Business Partners Limited, it indicates that SMEs have their confidence levels have gone up to 61%. Their business, or rather 61% believe that their business will grow in the next 12 months. But to understand further what the survey tells us, I want us to chat to RAYNA DOLPHIN. She's the Executive Director at Business Partners Limited. She is joining us via telephone in Johannesburg. RAYNA, welcome to SME On Point. Firstly, do tell us how this survey was conducted and why there was so much optimism in the second quarter compared to the same period in 2020.
Good afternoon, Diabo. Yes, so this quarter, or the survey was done in the second quarter of the year. It was done by a selection of a representation of entrepreneurs across sectors, across the country, and based on Business Partners' database of more than 8,000 business owners. We have then been able to get participation, a very representative participation from SME owners. And what we can indicate is that I think the business confidence or SME confidence has significantly improved in the second quarter. A lot of the business owners feel that they are in a better position, I think, now to respond to and adapt to the current economic conditions, although still not very positive overall. And there definitely have been challenges particularly a result of COVID-19.
Yeah.
Overall, more than half of the respondents in the survey have also noted that they have adapted their business models and have also then tried to be a little more innovative and tried new solutions, with more than half of the participants indicating success in adapting, as well as more than 14% of the respondents say they've had significant success in adopting new innovative solutions in their businesses.
Yeah, RAYNA, when it comes to challenges that face the SME sector, of course, financing always comes up at the top of the list, and as well as red tape. Financing, I'm drawing it to you as Business Partners Limited because this is your business of financing SMEs. What has been your experience with that, as well as red tape? A lot of them said during the time that they were applying for funding, especially COVID relief funding, they were met with a lot of red tape. What have you found, or what has the survey found in this regard?
Yes, Diabo. Business Partners has over 40 years of experience in funding SMEs, as well as providing non-financial support to small businesses. And through our survey, what we found is that a large part of the respondents had reflected in, and what we were concerned about is only 20% of the respondents in the survey had indicated that they had received particularly COVID-19 funding. And a large part of the respondents, as you said, had communicated challenges with red tape, mainly around the regulatory requirements and the documentation that is required when applying for funding. Another indication was, and from the feedback we received, is that a lot of the applicant or the funding application process takes too long, and often small business owners need more rapid or rapid responses to their applications to meet more immediate business needs, and they cannot actually accommodate and wait the time that it's taken a lot of the time for the funders to assess their applications and also to provide feedback in a timely manner to their funding application.
Yeah. Let's talk about the riots that we saw in July, RAYNA. I'm positive that these riots seen in July will likely impact on confidence levels in the third quarter. How do you see them? Do your respondents talk that they were impacted by these riots that we saw in July?
Yes, so the confidence, SME confidence index that we conducted was up to the end of June 2021. But with the riots taking place in July, we do expect that we'll definitely see a negative impact on confidence level as a result of the riots. The South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry conducts a monthly business confidence survey, and based on their July survey, they already have indicated that participants had expressed a 6% decline in business confidence from June to July. And so we already are seeing the early indicators or the indications that a lot of the SMEs and business owners as a whole have had a decrease in business confidence. And from a business partners SME index, we anticipate that the next index that will be run and conducted in the third quarter will start seeing a more impact and a lot more responses regarding the confidence level as a direct result of the July riots that we experienced, mainly in KZN and Gauteng.
Yeah. RAYNA, in the survey, I see that 42.7% of respondents have said that their business have had to close their doors. Was this mainly because of the impact of COVID, or has it always been linked to the economic situation that they were always going to close down? And do you think there's a possibility that we could see those businesses back in business again?
Yes, Jabu. What the 42.7% is an indication that the main cause of the concerns or the business closures have been a result of COVID-19 and a significant loss in either key suppliers to those businesses or key clients, or the clients going out of business, and the ending of key contracts, which have directly impacted the viability of a lot of the SMEs within that 42.7% who have had to close their doors. So COVID-19 and the impact, follow-on impact of COVID on suppliers and customers have been the main cause of those SMEs having to close their doors.
Right. RAYNA Dolphin, thank you so much for joining us on SME on Point. And that is all from SME on Point for today. Remember to support small businesses in your areas. Keep the rands and cents circulating in the country. Books on Point with Nastasia Arendse is coming after the break. It's good afternoon from me.